Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and I had a couple people ask me already in the comments in some of my training videos why I don't seem to be doing the overhead press anymore. That's a fantastic question, and I feel like I should address that because there are people who follow my training every single day because I put up 6 workouts a week. I should really explain why I did that. So let me put on my +5 out of weaponsmithing. Work on skill at my crafting a little bit, and let's talk about this. And guys, it's purely has to do with balancing adaptative stress and recovery while I'm cutting, because I'm going to have to cut the rest of the year. Let's be realistic here, guys. I'm sitting at 22% body fat. I need to get leaner for my health. I need to get leaner for my athleticism. Hell, I need to get leaner for my YouTube outreach. So that being said, preserving muscle mass is going to be a pretty high priority. I'm going to have to increase my overall training volume because I've already discussed with a couple of coaches and even the people who do my DEXA scan, because they're all nutritionists also. They're all agreeing that for me, with my my strength background, that me doing cardio is going to be detrimental right now for me. So I'm having to cut the cardio out. And again, 2 different coaches who work with power lifters, and one of them works with physique competitors who I've talked with. They all agree they think me adding the cardio in was responsible for the leg muscle loss. So I'm going to have to find ways to burn a little more calories that has an anabolic response as opposed to doing cardio. So that means some of my training volume is going to have to increase. I've got my calories dialed in pretty tight right now. My protein really high. Again, the scale's going back down. I'm back down to 228 right now, and it's moving down. But right now, maintaining muscle mass without overtraining is going to be a pretty high priority. And because so much of my training is heavy axial loading exercises, and I want to increase my squat volume, because again, where do you get hypertrophy? Increased training volume, right? This is universally agreed. Higher volumes of training usually produce more hypertrophy. Let's get that pronounced correctly. Well, I'm going to have to increase my squat volume. I already have a lot of axial loading in here in my overall training, and with reduced calories, recovery can be a little bit tight. All right, that's also generally understood. There's a reason people can train harder when they overeat. There's a reason you can train harder when you're bulking. But also by that same token, if you're training less when you're cutting, you're also going to lose muscle even faster. It's a balancing act. And so in this case, I'm stepping back saying, okay, if I'm going to increase my squat volume, I've got to really watch my additional axial loading. I don't want to quit deadlifting. I'm set back and said, okay, I'm going to have to choose. I'm either going to have to cut the deadlifts or I'm going to have to cut the overhead press. Deadlift is a competitive lift. Overhead press would be, if I decide to go do strength lifting, yeah, I'll need to work on my press a lot more. And I think the press is a fantastic exercise. By the press, we mean the strict standing press. I think it should be part of everyone's base building. I think it's a fantastic lift. But when I start looking at things like structural loading versus muscle involvement, guys, I'm squatting and deadlifting like 6 days a week. Now, the deadlifts are really light, so that helps a lot. Because, again, I need to keep working my grip and I need to keep working my hook grip. So I'm not going all out on deadlifts. People need to remember that. I'm really not training them hard. I'm just kind of, again, training motor pattern and training my grip. Not actually deadlifting heavy. So I'm putting a lot more effort into squats, and I'm going to slowly increase my squat volume over time. I'm going to add in more sets. You know, people are like, well, I'm doing 2 back-off sets with lighter weight for more reps. 6 days a week, but I'm probably going to eventually increase that to 3. All right? So we're going to end up for back-off sets having something like 18 sets of squats every week. Well, I'm doing that on reduced calories. I've only got so much axial loading I can recover from, and what I need to be thinking of is exercises that give me the most muscle fiber recruitment. What exercises can I train with a little more volume to work more muscle, maybe boost my overall energy turnover just a hair while stimulating muscle growth, as much muscle growth as possible. And the press, while it's a great exercise in terms of direct muscle activation, again, relative to the axial loading right now in my training, I don't know if I can afford to do that. I can do other exercises that give me more overall hypertrophy that I can do with more volume that aren't going to beat me up as much in terms of some of the recovery like that, because that could end up interfering with my ability to squat. So what I've decided to do is I'm going to focus more on adding more calisthenic type movements for the upper body. So bench press volume isn't going to go up. We're going to keep bench right where it is to try to hold on to strength. I'm going to increase squat volume. We're going to keep the deadlifts really light. I'm going to keep adding in more dead hang pull-ups. I'm going to start adding in more dips. The dip is actually going to end up going up in volume. I'm going to probably start doing dips at the end of every workout every day. Because again, the amount of muscle involvement. The dips essentially work almost the entire upper body just like the pull-up does. These are both no axial loading exercises, and they're exercises that move your whole body through space. And what is it that we know? That exercises that move your body through space, no matter whether you load them or not, still have a very, very large amount of muscle involvement. And I need to make sure that I'm activating all the various muscles in my trunk, my core. And again, these are exercises that do all these things. A lot of extra stabilizers come into play, but you can still do very respectable workloads on them. And I feel like doing the dead hang pull-ups, I feel like has actually helped with my arms. I feel like it's helped with a lot of things. So again, maybe adding some dips in as well would be a good idea. Now, some people say, well, what about your shoulder development? I don't think my shoulder development is going to be a problem. And since I'm going to do a few band face pulls every now and then, and the data on band face pulls shows amazing shoulder girdle recruitment, even the side and rear delts. They actually beat lateral raises on EMG studies. Not that EMG studies are the be-all, end-all, because they aren't, but we at least know they're doing something for the side delts when they're beating lateral raises with dumbbells when we hook an electrode up. It's showing more muscle activation. Now, is it really necessarily more? Probably not, but it means we're in the ballpark. We're getting some strong activation. So like my face pulls alone, I think, will be sufficient there, and there's almost no recovery disadvantage with that. Because again, I don't want to do a bunch of isolation movements. I want bigger movements, and even my band face pulls is kind of a prehab exercise. Work a lot of little muscles up through the upper body. So that's kind of the direction I'm going to go for now, just to keep my training volume up, to keep again a large anabolic response, to keep my caloric burn a little higher, because we need to be burning through calories. So yeah, I'm going to be doing more and more squatting. I'm going to keep deadlifting and keep benching, and both of those I'm going to just keep them stagnant. But those are part of my big three. And then I'm just going to start adding in more volume of pull-ups and dips. Because I think in terms of bang for your buck, I think those are exercises that are going to stimulate the most muscle activity in my upper body without adding any additional axial loading. And I mean, I love standing exercises. I think standing exercises are the best way to develop full body strength, become more athletic, but I'm going to be squatting a lot. I'm going to be squatting a lot in addition to light deadlifts every day. I think that's about all I can handle in terms of recovery, and I've got to be honest with myself. I don't want to be overreaching too much further while I'm doing this, because I've got a lot of weight to drop. I probably need to drop another 20 pounds. And I want it to be very, very little muscle. I want the vast majority of that 20 pounds to be body fat. All right, let's go back and reassess it. I don't need to just lose 20 pounds. I need to lose 20 pounds of body fat no matter how much my scale goes up or down. And that being said, I just have to regulate my training more to deal with that. And I want to continue to do the full body lifting every day. I want to continue to do my orc mode training, as I'm calling it. I want to continue to do that, but I've got to modify the training itself to some extent based upon my current goals. And I just have to accept that there are things that I'm going to have to do a little bit different if I want to maintain muscle mass while cutting a very significant amount of body weight. And I just have to accept that and live with it. And it is what it is. All right, guys, well, that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I will talk to you guys next time.